Welcome to Josh DeLozier Investments. I'm Josh DeLozier, and today I'm revealing the secret to building lasting wealth. We get multiple sources of income. If you want financial freedom, stability, and the ability to weather any economic storm, this is the strategy you need. Stick around as I break down proven methods, real-life examples, and actionable steps you can start today. Imagine waking up and knowing your bills are covered, not just by your day job, but by money flowing in from several different places. That's not just a dream, it's a reality for thousands of financially free people. And the best part, you can do it too. Multiple income streams matter, mainly because it's the fastest way to grow your wealth. Having a nice paycheck is nice, but to achieve true wealth, most Americans would need at least one or more revenue streams. To retire early and to retire comfortably. This approach is the most effective way to achieve early retirement, and if something was to change with your main source of income, you have others to fall back on. Also, multiple revenue streams is an excellent way to diversify your portfolio. Most Americans work until they're 62 years old in the United States. The median net worth for these ages is $364,000 to $409,000, and individuals with two or more revenue streams is actually $843,000 to $1.57 million. This gives the retiree a chance to not only live comfortably, but to continue to grow their wealth into their golden years. Josh DeLozier Investments teaches having multiple revenue streams is the best way to achieve generational wealth, as well as preserving your family's wealth long term. Most families lose their family's wealth by the third generation. The best way to protect the family's wealth long term is to have multiple revenue streams. Diversification is a proven way to protect your overall net worth. No one knows what the future holds, but having multiple revenue streams, protects the downside, which is always most important. If one stream dries up, you still have the others to fall back on, so you never get stuck working paycheck to paycheck if you happen to be younger and not financially free yet. And if you have, like I said, a lot of money, if you're fortunate to have millions of dollars, having multiple sources of income is a way to continuously grow, and it's definitely the most efficient way to achieve generational wealth. Rule 1 of economics is to always protect your principal. And the best way to do this is to never be put in a position where you need money. Having multiple revenue streams of income means if you lose your job or have an accident, you always have your needs met, just because you have other income streams. Living paycheck to paycheck is a tough way to go, so having a side hustle to start out with and then turn it into a regular revenue stream, owning property, other great investments. We can go through the list here in a second. Also, investors might choose to invest in jewelry, art, wine, coins, sports cards, etc., depending on their risk tolerance and interest. Real estate is a great investment when done correctly. With rental properties, you receive a weekly or monthly payments depending on how you decide to rent out your property. Plus, the property itself should continue to go up in value. The downside is time required and expenses for repairs that needs to be made regularly. You always have to treat your time as money. You only got 24 hours in a day. You spend 8 hours sleeping, so your time is also just as valuable. So it's something that you should never overlook. Billboards, another great investment for passive income. I personally have had real estate rentals and billboards. I prefer stocks personally. Josh DeLozier Investments strongly advises have stocks as the main position in your portfolio. But depending on your personality, real estate may be more for you if you got a good risk tolerance. Some people are just more comfortable owning land, and if you're more conservative, it just really just depends on your personality. Incorporating into a business should be part of the long-term process. Using a trust are both great ways to go and should help investors to save on a ton when it comes to tax time. So being tax efficient is also very important. The main keys to success may very well be being tax efficient and paying yourself first. Doing all these things correctly, really helps, when you start to compound your net worth. It's really the overall, just doing everything correctly, being consistent, really pays. Always paying yourself first out of your earned income, and always reinvest into other assets. That's key to have multiple streams of income. I always like to have 3 to 7 streams of income at all times. 3 are actively paying me every week, and Josh DeLozier Investments currently has we own stocks in the portfolio, also looking into buying commercial real estate. So we're branching out into other investments as well, including rentals, property rentals, billboards. Those are all things you should always diversify. So you don't really just want to depend on one thing. Being tax efficient, always having your investments in the most tax efficient counts, IRAs, HSAs, etc. Always the goal is to make as much money as possible. And when it comes tax time, capital gains can really eat you up if you're not tax efficient. So always make sure that you're tax efficient as possible. Having your assets protected correctly, having a trust, having a business incorporated. Always try to have your assets separated from from you personally in case of a lawsuit. Having a Wyoming S corp, Nevada perpetuity trust are great ideas. Everyone should look into. Josh DeLozier Investments will make another video on asset protection later in 2025. So be sure to check that out if you get a chance. Also, if you click on the like and subscribe button, we continue to make videos every week. We cover a wide variety of topics. I really appreciate everyone watching this multiple income stream video, because that is the number one way to achieve generational wealth and to retire early. If this video has helped you, please hit the like and follow button. Appreciate everyone watching this video. If you have any comments or questions, be sure to message me or just leave them in the comments below. Be more than happy to answer. Please join us for a new video next week. Hope everyone has an amazing weekend, and The stocks for this upcoming week, we've got Tesla and Nvidia. Nvidia is a buy at 135. Josh DeLozier Investments bought Tesla at 345 this past week. So those are the current stocks that we're looking to add to our portfolio and continue to add to our position as long as those stocks continue to fall. Long term, both those stocks will make you a millionaire. So stay invested. Always invest in your future. Thank you all for watching.